Hello, hello. Good morning to you, or afternoon or evening, whenever you're catching this lesson. I am excited. We are entering into secret number 3, the third part of creating our mass movement. And this is all about the new opportunity. Although what we've covered so far is really important, this is so important. I really want to break it down into little bite-sized pieces for you so that we can make sure that we devote enough time and energy to really coming up with and creating the new opportunity for you. Because this will make all the difference in whether you're a little successful or whether you actually can change the world. How many of you actually want to change the world? I know I do. I want to change the world of chronic pain for people. I want them to know that they don't have to suffer anymore, that there are options for them. And I'm not going to do that by creating an improvement offer. There's a couple different types of offers. Of course, I'm sure there's more, and you could categorize them any way you want. But in Russell's book, Expert Secrets, which is what we're talking about and what we're here for, he separates the type of offers that businesses make as either improvement offers, things that make life a little bit better or make a better mousetrap, or new opportunity, new vehicle offers. And we're all about, in Expert Secrets, creating a new vehicle. Now, to understand why that's important, let's talk about why my son-in-law's phone's going off. Let's talk about why an improvement offer stinks. And dogs bark in the background. It's just life. Pajama Gramma's got an interesting life, and she happens to live with pets. Sometimes you'll see a cat climbing around my head. If you look over there, we've got a dog sitting in the chair. Can you see her? No, you can see her. Let me give you a peek. Oh, my hand's in the way. There's Bean. She thinks she's a person. She sits up in the chair with me. Put my phone back. I like to have my phone standing up so I don't have to hold it. Anyway, what makes an improvement offer, and we want to analyze and look at what we're planning on offering people and ask ourselves these questions. We want to make sure that it isn't an improvement offer that we're offering for several reasons. Number one, people don't want an improvement offer. They want a whole new way of looking at whatever problem it is that they solve. They don't want to just be a little bit better person. They want to be a whole new person. They want to take and create a whole new life for themselves. They want to be rid of what they call an unwanted self, an unwanted part of themselves. And they don't want to just make it a little bit better. They want it gone. They want a complete substitution. So our goal isn't to give them just a little bit better way of looking at themselves or a better way of doing something. We want to give them a whole new way of doing something. And how do we do that? Well, first we understand why they don't want just a little bit better way of doing something. And there's several reasons, and I'm just going to highlight a couple of them. One is improvement's hard. Making improvements. Have you ever tried to improve something in your life? I know in corporate America, we used to have performance reviews and performance appraisals every year. And that system in corporate America is traditionally built on pointing out what you do wrong, what you're doing wrong, what you need to do better, and how you should go about doing that. And it's a very demoralizing, negative-based system. It's not how I did it, but that is how every business I've ever worked for did it. And improvement is hard. Telling somebody they have to do anything better is painful. It's painful to tell them that, and it's even more painful for the person to hear it, and they have to try to come up with ways to prove that they're getting better. It's hard to get better. If we knew how to get better, part of that is admitting that we suck or that we're not good already or we're not good at something already. And I know a lot of us have a continuous improvement mentality. I know I do, but a lot of people don't have that. Which leads me to the next reason people don't like improvement offers. Everyone has desire. Every human being has desires, but only about 2% of the population is what you'd call ambitious. Improvement offers are for the ambitious because of the reasons we're talking about here. If you know you need improvement, there's only about 2% of the population that is willing to admit that they need and want improvement and will actually act upon that. Because they're ambitious and they want to get ahead. They want to do better. They want to make their life work out the way they want it to. That's only 2%. So you're automatically ignoring 98% of the population with your improvement offer, which is why some businesses think they've created this amazing offer and they fall flat on their face and they end up going out of business because they're not really offering anything new to people. They're just giving them a slightly better version of what already exists. And that is a sure way to fail because it leads you down the road of being a commodity. You're just like everybody else. There's so much competition. Think of anything in your industry and what is the most competitive area of that? Well, it's the area where everyone's offering improvement things. Oh, I'm creating a slightly faster, slightly better anything. And when you get into that race, you end up dealing with price competition. And if there's a lot of competitors and you're dealing with price competition, guess what? It's a race to the bottom of who can be the cheapest, fastest. And Dan Kennedy always said, there's no competitive advantage to being the second lowest price competitor. So Walmart's the cheapest, so Walmart wins. Target cannot compete on price alone because they're going to lose on that. They're never going to win on that model because Walmart is already the lowest price producer, the lowest price provider. So they need to find other things to create their own blue ocean, it's called, so that they can compete and appeal to different customers. So Target has created a slightly higher perceived quality line of goods and services that they provide to people, and that's how they attract customers. But if they tried to continue to say that they were going to be the lowest price, they would lose, and Walmart and Target would get into a war for who could sell things the cheapest, and they would probably, well, Target would lose for sure because Walmart has already staked the claim to being the lowest price provider. So any other company that comes into that market that wants to compete on price is going to lose. It's like the people that want to go up against Agora Publishing. Agora Publishing is a company that does billions of dollars in publishing reports every month, and they're in the financial industry. They do billions of dollars. So every month, other little competitors will come up and pop up in the world and try to compete with them on price. Well, Agora Publishing has spent millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars, testing and researching price as one of the other things that they research. They have already cornered the market on the ideal price for those products and services. So anyone that tries to compete on price is automatically going to lose. The other thing that trying to sell an improvement offer to people does is it makes them admit that they've failed in the past and that they've made poor decisions, because otherwise they would have solved the problem for themselves already. And if they've still got the problem, in order to use your improvement offer, they have to say, oh yeah, I already tried a million things and I failed at them. Nobody wants to admit that they've failed at anything. I mean, even though we know we've all failed at stuff, nobody wants to admit it, and nobody wants it in their face. Where your improvement offer is in their face, showing them that they've failed before. And in order to accept your improvement offer, they have to admit out loud to themselves that they've failed in the past. And since nobody wants to do that, it's a hard sell. So those are the main reasons to avoid creating an improvement offer. Now, what's an improvement offer? An improvement offer is just anything in your industry, and it's going to be different for each of us, that is just the same, more of the same of what already is out there. So if you've done your competitive research and you've looked around and what you're offering isn't revolutionary and it isn't a way to help people create a whole new version of themselves, a transformation, then you've probably got an improvement offer. If you've got an improvement offer, we're going to work to change that, because I'm going to tell you right now, it is not going to give you the level of success that you want. If you're just another life coach and you don't have a huge way of differentiating yourself to give people a huge transformation, you're going to lose. That market is so crowded, it's going to be a hard row to hoe. It's going to be a really hard uphill battle, and you're probably not going to win that. So we're going to make sure that we create with you a brand new opportunity. And the number one reason we're going to do that, we're going to talk about tomorrow. It's all about status, because everything everybody does is all about status. So stay tuned. We'll talk about that tomorrow. do your worksheet today on the new opportunity and the improvement offer, and look at what it is that you think you're wanting to offer and answer the questions. And if you find out that you've got an improvement offer, don't worry, we're going to turn that into a new opportunity. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow.